It's easy for us to think about the story from the superhero's perspective, the way the superhero fights for the innocent people against a supervillain. But how does a supervillain feel about a superhero, especially a superhero known for absolutely driving his victims insane? That is what the supervillain Stone Paladin is going through. "Dig faster!" Stone Paladin said. He heard the hero outside the mountain as his minions frantically digged Meteorite. They were trying to get Meteorite into the portal. Stone Paladin knew that if he had just enough Meteorite, he could potentially bring Lysa back. Lysa, the woman he lost. The woman that made him go mad, transforming himself into stone to protect her. "How much longer?" Stone Paladin said. His minion turned to him. "Sir, we're about 60% through. We need about 10 more minutes." Boom. Boom, boom. Outside the mountain, he was digging deeper and deeper into it. "Not enough time," Stone Paladin said. He formed a rock shield and sword in his hand. He turned to the minion. "Dig as fast as you can. You know how to activate Lysa. Just..." "Sir?" the minion said. "Just go," Stone Paladin said, walking out the portal towards the entrance of the mountain, where he would be there. He'd been chasing Stone Paladin for months now. A superhero who left his victims bizarre creatures that the world had never seen before. Stone Paladin's minions, formerly rock soldiers super strong, have been turned into guppies, gasping guppies on the ground. What sort of superhero could do that? Which sort of superhero could transform dangerous criminals into animals? Stone Paladin put his shield up. He was ready for anything. As he went out the entrance of the mountain, he told himself, "Just 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes and I can make it through." But as soon as he saw the superhero, he gasped. "No," he said. "It's not possible." The superhero walked up the mountain like he had all the time in the world. He had heads fastened to his belt. He smiled, a childlike smile. "Which one of the heads is your wife?" Changeman said, as he changed the head to a perfect imitation of Lysa's head. Stone Paladin wanted to throw up. It wasn't supposed to be like this. "You..." "Catch!" Changeman said. He threw the disembodied head at Stone Paladin. He put his shield up at the last second before the head exploded, knocking him to the ground with magic energy. Stone Paladin roared, charging down the mountain at Changeman, as Changeman pulled out another head, which transformed into the head of a Komodo dragon. "Cheers!" Changeman said. He threw the head at Stone Paladin, who batted it off with his shield. Stone Paladin swung down with his sword, and Changeman quickly put up his hand, which was sliced off by the sword. "Aw, no fair," Changeman said. "You cut my hand off. Do you know how hard it is to recreate hands?" Stone Paladin watched in horror as Changeman turned his hand into a small baby hand, growing up to be an adult hand, faster and faster. Stone Paladin thought about how all of his choices had led to this, fighting against this monstrosity that could regenerate body parts and throw exploding heads. "I just want my wife back," Stone Paladin said. He raised his sword ready to bring it down on Changeman, but Changeman chuckled. He pressed Stone Paladin's chest. All the stone armor that Stone Paladin had, was suddenly popped away, turning into jello, falling off his body in clumps. Stone Paladin faced off against a superhero, who smiled at him like a kid. "Okay, so do you want to die, or do you want to let me take you to prison? The superheroes don't like it when I kill, but honestly..." He snapped his fingers. 2 giant heads of Stone Paladin's wife appeared out of nowhere, growing bigger and bigger. "I could just crush you with one of the heads of your disembodied wife," or Stone Paladin picked up his stone sword, which was still somehow materialized. He screamed and swung it at Changeman. Changeman ducked under the blade and snapped his fingers. "Good, you've chosen death." Stone Paladin ducked under the blast. He only saw it for a minute, but it seemed like Changeman didn't transform things instantaneously. It was a lightning-fast blast of changing magic. That he could take control of. The mountain rumbled, and Changeman went from looking serious to looking deeply concerned. "I gotta wrap this up," Changeman said. He kicked Stone Paladin in the chest, knocking him down on the mountain floor. Stone Paladin scrambled out of the way of his changing blast as the 2 giant heads rolled down the mountain. This was above his pay grade. He just wanted enough Meteorite to bring his wife back, and now he was watching this monster transform. Changeman grew bigger and bigger. 6 arms sprouted out of his torso, going out wider and wider, all crackling with magic energy. I say again, Changeman said. Do you want to give up? Or Stone Paladin charged at Changeman with his sword. Changeman kicked him down the mountain. Okay, so now I'm going to kill all your minions. What do you want me to turn them into? Fish? I'm in a fish season lately. Or Stone Paladin felt his powers return. He screamed as his hands turned into blades and he punched at Changeman with all of his might. You will not take my wife from me! Changeman smiled. He ducked under the first attack, but the other blade caught him in the gut. Ugh, Changeman said. He fell off with the blade and tried to regenerate his torso. His eyes glowed with magic energy. You are a good fighter. Stone Paladin swung at him, but it was no use. Changeman was faster, ducking under each attack. He threw exploding heads at Stone Paladin, and Stone Paladin knew that he only had a second. If he messed up once, Changeman would take him and kill him, throw him in prison, or worse. You're fighting really well, Changeman said, swinging his arms at lightning fast pace. He threw an exploding head. Stone Paladin had no choice. He tackled Changeman, rolling with him down the mountain. All this because of your wife, huh? Changeman said. Stone Paladin, covered in stone, felt his hands regenerating, made out of rock. Something about the way that Changeman cast spells, it was temporary. He put his hands around Changeman's neck and started choking him. I'll do anything to save her, Stone Paladin said. Aw, Changeman said. He kicked Stone Paladin off of his chest and walked up towards the mountain. Whenever I fight a supervillain, I always think about what drives them. And now I know. He smiled, raising an eyebrow. You really care about your minions, don't you? Changeman snapped his fingers. All of the minions floated out of the mine, lined up in the air around Changeman. Changeman looked down at Stone Paladin and smiled. So, when I break their necks in front of you, are you... No, Stone Paladin said. He turned off his stone armor. His hands had been regenerated, but he looked up at Changeman, a defeated man. How far do we get? Stone Paladin said to the minion. The minion hung his head down in shame. 92%, sir. Aw, so close, Changeman said. He snapped his fingers, and the mountain turned into a flower field, completely gone. The meteorite, the life-changing material that would save his life, were gone. So, I'm going to kill you and... No, Stone Paladin said. He put his hands up, ready to be cuffed by the superhero. Don't kill them. Just take me in. Changeman floated down towards the grounds, looking at the minions made out of rock, and then at Stone Paladin. You love them like they're real, but they're not, aren't they? Stone Paladin remembered creating his minions out of nothing, turning them, giving them life. They're all I have. I know they're not really alive, Stone Paladin said, but I... Save it, Changeman said. You're not the first crazy supervillain for me to throw in jail. He put cuffs around Stone Paladin's hands, and he tapped him on the shoulder. In another life, you might have joined my superhero team. Stone Paladin asked Changeman one question. How many supervillains have you killed? Changeman made a complicated expression, like a kid, even though he was an adult. Somewhere between 72 and 75. I kind of lost count. He smiled innocently. And at that moment, Stone Paladin knew. This definition of superheroes and supervillains was blurring slightly. At least I have a wife, Stone Paladin said, under his breath. What was that? Changeman said. His eyes sparkled with malice. And Stone Paladin knew that he was in danger. It would be so easy for Changeman to kill him. But instead, Changeman created a bubble around them, and they started floating towards a superhero prison. Stone Paladin looked out at the world. Enjoy it, Changeman said. It's the last time you're going to see it. I know, Stone Paladin said. He watched his minions run away from the battlefield, out into the world. The creatures that he gave life to long ago. I'm sorry, Lysa, Stone Paladin said.